Hey everybody, my name is Cold Blue Light, and I'll be going over the League of Legends patch 6.22 or the Assassins update. This is the first time for me doing something like this. It's more podcasty than video-y, so you can leave it running in the background and just let it play while you're at work or on your way somewhere. Or if you just want to catch up on what the changes are to League. I won't go over every single change, as that would take quite some time. I'm just going to briefly step through this, and you can check out the rest for yourself later in-game or on the site. So, the following champions have had changes made to them. Talon, Fizz, Katarina, Kha'Zix, LeBlanc, Alkali, Rengar, Zed, Echo, and Shaco. Along with these changes, there's a change to the way stealth works. Camouflage is a new type of stealth. It has a mechanic to it where the camouflage champion has a radius around them in which if they walk into a area where there's a ward, a control ward, they'll be revealed, or if an enemy champion steps into that radius, or if they walk into the sight range of a turret. So that's how camo works. Invisibility is still the traditional form of stealth where you just hit it and you're invisible, but it can't be revealed by wards, only by towers, or when their effect ends. These are usually short effects, not long effects, camo being the more long-lasting effect of the two. There's also another mechanic attached to both of these called the shimmer mechanic. If you damage an invisible or camouflaged enemy, they will be revealed briefly, and they will take additional damage during that time, but it will not break the effect. So, for example, you'll be able to hit some Shaco that's wandering around if you're just spamming out to lane, and let's say you missed your skill shot and it looked like it whiffed, but it hit a Shaco. It'll reveal him briefly. Alright, let's move on to the Assassin items. Well, actually, let me get down here to the wards, because I did mention that they changed wards. So here's the changes to the wards real fast. Pink wards have been removed. They are no longer in game. Instead, in their place is something called a control ward. It will reveal camouflage units but not invisible units. It will also reveal traps and disable them, and disable enemy wards. So you can plant this if, let's say they got a Teemo, plant one of these and all of his mushrooms become just a gold field. You can only have one on the map at a time and only 3 in your inventory, so keep that in mind. Let's move on to the jungle. They've added plants to the jungle. 3 kinds, red, blue, and green. The green generally spawn and actually only spawn in the river. They will grant health orbs when you kill them, but the health orbs will slow you if you eat them. And it's not a big slow. I think they said it was a minor slow. I think it drops up to 4 of these at a time. The blue will grant vision in a cone. I'm guessing in the facing direction of your champion when you break them. They all have 1 health. Every plant does. And then the red, they explode and knock you back, so you can use these to clear walls or to get enemies off of you, or you could place yourself in a bad situation if you're not careful. Alright, so let's go on down here to the changes to the Aegis of the Legion. The Aegis has had its aura removed and now grants a flat 30 armor. Other items that build out of it have changes to reflect this as well. For example, the Locket of Iron Solari now grants a double shield effect, since it no longer has the unique aura on it. And the Banner of Command has also been changed. It still has the promote function to it, but no longer has the aura. Forbidden Idol has been changed. The heal and shield power has been decreased to 8% from 10%, and the cost is now 550. Chalice of Harmony has a unique passive added to it that increases the % base mana regen and base health regen by the same amount. Redemption is a new item. It grants a unique active. A targeted area within 550 range after a 2.5 second delay will call down a beam of light to heal allies for 130 plus 20 per target level of health. And it will also, in effect of this, burn enemy champions for 10% of their maximum health as true damage, and deal 250 true damage to enemy minions. This effect can be cast while dead, so you can use this item while you're dead. That's pretty awesome for supports. There's some changes to the Ardent Censer, as well as Merkel's Crucible. They removed the unique passive from it. It now increases a % of your mana as per the change to the chalice up here. It does the same thing as the chalice. It still has the cleanse effect on it. So that's the same other than that. Athene's Unholy Grail is cheaper now. Has the same effect as the aforementioned chalice. Knight's Vow as a new item. Has a unique active that will let you designate an allied champion as your partner. When you're nearby your partner, you'll gain 15 movement speed when you're moving towards them and plus 40 armor. As they deal damage, you will heal for 12% of the damage they deal. But as they take damage, you will receive a portion of that damage dealt. So this could be a double-edged sword. Face of the Mountain. If you cast it on yourself, it will also shield the nearest low health ally. The active will now also shield you when cast on an ally. Now you can also shield your ally and gain a shield for yourself. And they just changed some of these basic items here. The Eye of the Equinox, Eye of Oasis, Zeki's Harbinger, Talisman of Ascension, and Frozen Heart. These champions have also had changes. Alistair now has a new passive to Triumphant Roar. Let's see here. I'll go over this real fast. Alistair will gain Triumph stacks when applying hard crowd control to enemy champions and when a nearby enemy unit dies, healing himself and the closest ally when he reaches 7 stacks. Triumphant Roar, still the same old, same old. You will heal yourself and a nearby ally. Alistair can't gain Triumph stacks for 3 seconds after Triumphant Roar was used. Triumphant Roar will now instead instantly proc whenever an epic monster or enemy champion dies nearby. Trample has some new things to it. At 5 stacks of Trample, Alistair's next basic attack against the champion will deal 40 plus 10 per level additional magic damage and stun the target for 1 second. It's pretty cool. Twitch had the change to Ambush, which added Camouflage. New passive on this called Sneaking, where he will gain 30 movement speed when nearby an enemy that can't see him. They also changed how Venom Cast works. It will now leave behind a cloud on the ground that will apply deadly venom to enemies that are caught up in it, and will stack 1 per second. Spray and Pray was renamed from Rat-a-tat to Spray and Pray. Ivern has had a change to Root Collar. He can now reactivate Root Collar to take the dash proportion of the ability, in addition to issuing a basic attack. His R, Daisy, looks like Daisy has had her health increased. Kled has had changes to Scarl, the Cowardly Lizard, his mount. He now has a mount time of 0.5 seconds, so now a remount time of 0.5 seconds. His W now deals less damage at max rank, 6% instead of 8%. Abyssal Scepter's had some changes to it as well. The unique aura has been changed to a nearby enemy champions will take 10% increased magic damage instead of lowering their magic resistance. The Hextech Revolver has been nerfed a bit from 75 150 down to 50 125, as well as the Hextech Proto Belt has had a reduce in its ability power and its additional bolt. Now we're moving down to the mastery changes here. I'll start off with Ferocity. It has a new tier 2 talent called Fresh Blood. Your first basic attack against the champion will deal an additional 10 plus 1 per level of damage. In tier 4, Double-Edged Sword has been reworked a little bit, had its damage adjusted to 5% instead of 3%, so that's good, a little buff there. But it will also increase the damage you take by 2.5% now. Bounty Hunter, unique damage per kill has been increased and its bonus increased to 7.5. Battle Trance is a new passive, gain up to 5% increased damage over 5 seconds when in combat with an enemy champion. They removed Oppressor from this tier. And let's check out the Keystone tier for this. Fever of Battle has been updated, now granting 1 to 6 stacks, and decreasing the duration to 4 seconds, but increasing the number of stacks to 10. That's all the changes for Ferocity. Let's move on to Cunning. New passive Green Father's Gift. Stepping into a brush will cause your next damaging attack or ability to deal 3% of your target's current health as bonus magic damage over the next 9 seconds. In Tier 5, we have a new change to Precision, Lethality. I haven't gone over this yet, but Lethality is replacing Armor Pen, and now we'll scale up to your level, I believe. I'll go over that just after I finish this. We have the Resolve tier. New passive Siege Master. You will gain 8 armor and magic resist when you're near an allied turret. In Tier 4, we have Fearless. Gain 10% bonus armor and magic resist, plus 2 flat armor and magic resist per level when you damage an enemy champion for 2 seconds, with a 9-second cooldown. And then in the Keystone tier, they removed the Strength of Ages and added the Courage of Colossus. Gain a shield for 7%, plus 7% additional nearby enemy champion of your maximum health for 4 seconds after hitting an enemy champion with a hard crowd control effect. Very neat. So let's go back up to the lethality change. I didn't go over it. I believe I missed it in the patch change, along with changes to the jungle items, the Dirk, and a new item there. Let me find it real fast. Here we are. I'll go over the lethality changes now that I've found it. Let's see here. Lethality will now replace Armor Pen. It will grant 40% of its value as a flat type of armor penetration. The remaining 60% will scale linearly with an enemy level. An example they give here is 10 lethality grants a 4 flat armor penetration rate up front and a 0.33 flat armor pen per enemy level, capping off at 10 once enemies are level 18. To reflect these changes, anything that's had armor pen on it will now have lethality instead. The Poacher's Dirk is a new item for junglers. Grants 20 movement speed, and after you kill 3 unique camps, not from the same camp, but it has to be 3 unique camps, it will transform into a serrated Dirk, which has been worked up to have plus 15 lethality and grant you 20 movement speed while out of combat. And has an upgrade called Edge of Night, which is also a new item. This item has a channel which will channel for 1.5 seconds and grant a spell shield that will block the next enemy ability. It lasts for 10 seconds, has a 45-second cooldown, and you can move while channeling this, but taking damage will break the channel. A risk reward item sounds really good there. The Duskblade of Drakthar has also been updated to reflect the armor pen change. Has a new passive on it called Night Stalker. After being unseen for at least 1 second, your next basic attack will deal 50 plus 2 per lethality true damage on hit. Also has a unique passive called Blackout. Disable nearby enemy wards for 8 seconds after being spotted by one. 90-second cooldown on that. Youmuu's Ghost Blade has been changed as well. Has plus 20 lethality and plus 20 movement speed while out of combat. On its active, it now grants Ghost Walk, similar to the effect of Ghost. Ignore unit collision for 6 seconds with a 45-second cooldown and move at plus 20% speed. The Maul of Malmortis has been changed. Life Grip now lasts as long as you're in combat, so if the passive on this thing procs and you start fighting someone, you don't have to worry about it timing out. It will now last until combat ends. There is a few changes here to the jungle camps. I'll go over that real fast. Smite has had a change to it. It will no longer grant a bonus to smiting monsters such as Glomp. It won't give you the poison, I don't believe. Smite will now instead heal you for 100 plus 10% of your maximum health when used against monsters. Has increased lifesteal on the Hunter's Machete. Increased its damage on hit to 25. They have adjusted some of the monster rewards. The camps have been updated. Red and blue no longer have the mini sentinels with them. They added some more raptors to the camp. The Krugs will now split into a bunch of Krugs when you kill it. Let's see here. Glomp has increased attack damage. Decreased attack damage, but the attack speed is higher. However, his attack speed will steadily decrease over time, so you can kind of make him tired, I guess. It means he's a little bit more of a threat now. I don't think he grants his poison anymore. I'll have to check this out later. The Merc Wolves are unchanged. The Rift Herald has been changed. It now has a spawn time of 10 minutes instead of 6, and they decreased its damage to 85. The Elder Dragon no longer deals more damage or takes less damage based on how many drakes have been killed before it. Increase the aspect of the dragon, up to 150 seconds. Minions now have scaling health over time by 60%. The ranged minions will now gain 100% attack damage as the game progresses. The melee minions no longer gain attack damage, so the attack damage has been switched over to the ranged. Turrets have been changed. Inhibitor and Nexus turrets will fire laser bullets like all other turrets. Turrets bullets now deal a fixed % of minion maximum health. And then there's some minimap changes to reflect the jungle changes. I think that is just about everything I care to go over. And that is also the end of the 2016 season. I hope you guys got to where you wanted to go, reach that challenger or hit that gold. Anyway guys, thank you for watching, and appreciate you guys for sticking with me and listening to this first time podcast type deal. If you liked it and you want to hear more, make sure you hit that subscribe button, like, and leave a comment and share it around. Thanks guys for watching, and I hope to see you next time.